Hey, what's going on, everybody? Brandon here. Today we're going to be looking at a nice little game from 1994, if I'm not mistaken. And it might seem somewhat familiar to a lot of folks. Maybe you haven't played it, but this is Heretic. Specifically, this is Shadow of the Serpent Riders. So I think it was an expansion that added two extra episodes. But if you're someone who's played Doom before, this might seem somewhat familiar because it is, I think, made from the Doom engine, and it's pretty similar to Doom. It's like a dark fantasy version of Doom. So if you're someone who likes Doom and you've never played this before, you might actually be interested in it because it's not too dissimilar. You've got like equivalent weapons and everything. It's pretty cool. So we're gonna play for a little bit, just until I feel like we've played a acceptable amount to show the game for a little bit. The first level is not terribly great, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest. It doesn't really give you that much in the way of firepower, which I guess Doom's first level doesn't either. The only thing you get in Doom's first level is a shotgun, and that's hidden. So, you know. Ooh, just had like a weird lag spike. Yeah, I am running this through GZ Doom, so if you get this on Steam, you can run it through this, and you can get just nice little features like good mouse support and stuff like that. But yeah, so the first weapon we get here is really basic. It's like your pistol from Doom, except this might actually shoot faster, if I'm not mistaken. And you also get this in case you run out. It's just like the other end of the staff, I believe. Poke them. Yeah, this I think this is called the wand or something like that, crystal wand. Or the ammo is called wand crystals. So the implication, of course, is that this is the wand. In here is the necromancer gauntlets. These are basically the heretic version of the chainsaw, and there is something very satisfying about using them. Just like ah. Oh god, I can see the Star Wars memes now. Unlimited power! Oh god, I'm feeling a little goofy right now. I'm feeling a little silly. Anyway, yeah. Oh, wait. I feel like there's something hidden back here somewhere. I don't know. There are a ton of secrets in this game. It's like Doom in the sense that there's a lot of, like, hidden areas. I think this game might actually have more hidden areas, though. This game has a lot of secret stuff. I mean, some of them are kind of obvious like that. You just got to kind of have your eyes open. Anything that's like a miscolored wall or something like that's usually a secret. Okay, now that's a Book of Power, and I'm gonna do something I probably wouldn't normally do, but let me see. How do you do this? You go to gameplay options. I'm going to turn on infinite inventory because I want to show you guys the Book of Power, and I want to show it to you with different weapons. We're going to go ahead and enable it. Now we have a powered up wand, and it's fucking awesome. Okay, here's the crossbow. We'll wait till the power runs out so that we can show you the regular crossbow. Oh wait, I missed something. Yeah, there's a switch up here I forgot to throw. But yeah, this is a pretty superior version of this weapon. It's pretty great. Tome of Power. Not every upgrade is necessarily like a straight improvement. Like, I consider this a straight improvement because it's got relatively the same firing speed, but it increases the range and the damage. Okay. But sometimes the upgrades are not quite so like straightforward. Some of them like alter the function of the weapon, which is also pretty cool. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and finish this level, and then we'll show the crossbow's alternate fire. Okay. Yeah, get fucking wrecked, son. Is this okay? It sort of looked like it was miscolored. Alright. Now with the power enabled, this one is also not terribly different. The projectile changes graphics a little bit, but it's not like hugely different. Get fucked. Obviously, of course, the benefit is that the projectiles are much more powerful. Now there are like invisible enemies in this, ethereal enemies, I should say, because they're like ghostly. And I believe this crossbow is one of the few weapons that can actually do anything to them. I'm trying to remember how to get up there. Oh, maybe from this side? Because you can't jump in this game normally, so... There is a way up there, because I don't know if you guys noticed, I was shooting through the wall. That wall is not solid, so you can walk right through it. Oh, God. Also, I guess I just kind of acknowledged it existed without really explaining. This game does have an inventory system, which is a good difference from Doom. Doom doesn't have like items you can carry and use at will, but this game does. So, for example, this little purple thing here is a quartz flask. It's portable health, which is very useful. It's also something that was in Duke 3D, and there's a lot of cool items in Duke 3D. This game actually sort of reminds me of Duke 3D in that sense. There's also an item in this game that can make you fly, like there is in Duke 3D. I mean, it's a really cool game. There's lots of cool enemy designs. I mean, I'm not a fan of these stupid little imp things, but every game's got its like shitty whatever monster in it, you know. Even some of my favorite games have monsters that I think are lame. Like Dark Souls has its couple of things, you know, like skeletons. I find skeletons are just really boring. Actually, I'm trying to think of what I find lame in Bloodborne. I can't really think of anything. I'm a huge fucking Bloodborne nut. But, let's see here. What did we accomplish? We have a yellow key, and we pushed that button. Whatever it does. Now, this is probably going to be exacerbated by the fact that I'm recording, but I have a tendency to get lost in Heretic. And this is extraordinarily compounded by its sequel. The sequel is Hexen. So if you've ever played Hexen, but you never heard of Heretic, Hexen is technically a sequel. It's not, like, incredibly obvious, I would say, but it does share, like, a universe. So it's pretty cool. Here, let's switch up here. Okay. Oh. See, like in Doom, if that Shadow Sphere was a pickup, it would be used automatically when you grabbed it, but in this game, you decide when you use your shit. And I think that's a nice improvement. God damn, see, the Book of Power is extraordinarily wonderful. It's obviously, you know, you have to be a lot more conservative with your items than I'm being, because I turned on the little cheat in GZ Doom. But, you know, obviously, if you're playing this for the first time, I would recommend not using that. I forgot to show, the fucking... These get a power boost as well. Everything is better with the power of the Book of Power. Okay, we got a map scroll, which I didn't actually open the map yet, but, you know, it's the map. The crossbow, in case you didn't fucking put it together for yourself, is basically just this game's version of the shotgun from Doom. Oh, I forgot that was painful. Oh, damn it. Explode. Come on. There we go. Yeah, you don't want to be anywhere near that shit when it goes up. It's bad time. Yeah, you know, just kind of classic FPS. I think I actually remember when I was a kid liking this more than Doom because I didn't play it as much as Doom, and I don't know why, because obviously, you know, I owned it, but for some reason, like, I just didn't play this one as much as Doom, even though I'm fairly certain that I liked it quite a bit more. Oh, God. I don't know if I still hold that sentiment, although Doom has been kind of ruined for me because I pretty much exclusively only ever play Doom if I'm playing through Brutal Doom. So, um, can I honestly say I like regular Doom more than Heretic at this point? I'm not sure. But regardless, still fun games. They still hold up pretty well, I would say. Okay, I did come from this way, right? Yeah, just gonna grab these bolts. And... oh. Okay, what does this do? Okay. Now, the cool thing about GZ Doom is, of course, if you wanted to, I'm pretty sure it's not too difficult to set up like a co-op game with some friends. So if you have buddies who like old FPS games and you somehow never played this, fucking give it a try. It's pretty cool. There's lots of different enemy types, of course. There's, you know, pretty good amount of weapons, probably like 6 or 7, I think. Actually, you know what? We're going to be a filthy cheater just for the sake of doing this last little show here. So, here's your rapid fire weapon. And I'll go back through and I'll do the alternate fire for each weapon. This is sort of like the plasma gun, I would say. You know? And then you got something that's a little more potent, like pretty much the rocket launcher. It might not look like it, but here, let me find somebody to use it on. If I can. Wait. Oh. Stupid. Boom. Just like that. I was hoping to find a group of monsters. I get a cluster. More than one, please. Yeah, see? Nice, powerful, high-end weapon. Also dangerous to you if you're standing too close. And then this thing, which is bizarre. It just, like, unloads little explosive balls. And let's see. I'm pretty sure that's it, yeah. So let's go ahead and go through and just, real quick, show all the Book of Power versions. I don't think those can actually damage you. I just instinctively moved out of the way. But yeah, so that's an interesting one, because you can really clear a room fast with that. This one is kind of strange. It makes, like, acid rain, so you can create a little bit of area denial. And then this turns this into a flamethrower, which is unexpected, but interesting. And then you've got this, which just makes like singular big bouncing exploding balls, which I don't honestly even know how effective it is. It's just something that's in the game, I guess. But anyway, that's all we're gonna show of Heretic for today. Just you know, a little quick and easy. Show you guys a pretty classic game from back then. Switch that over. Alright, so, yeah, that's Heretic. Pretty straightforward. You know, if you like Doom, there's a decent chance you might like that game too. So, anyone who's played that previously to watching this video, or prior to watching this video, I should say, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Heretic's good? Do you think it still holds up at all? And how do you feel about it versus Doom? And I feel like a lot of that is probably down to preference. When I was a kid, I guess because I played so much Doom before I started playing Heretic, I had a natural inclination to want to like Heretic more because it was different. But you know, it could just entirely be based on how you feel about like fantasy versus like sci-fi or more like military style stuff. In my adult life, it's kind of hard to say because it's really I don't know. I have a hard time picking sides. I used to be very like, I hate fantasy. There was a definite point in my life where I got to the point where I was like, I hate fantasy games. Don't want to play them. You know, Dragon Age is coming out, whatever. Fuck that shit. Like, I was definitely more Mass Effect than Dragon Age, but now I'm a little more like, I guess, mood driven. If I'm in the mood to play a good fantasy game, then it can really be something amazing. Like, when I played The Witcher 3, it was at the perfect time because I was really ready to just rip into a good fantasy game. And then, of course, you know, when I was playing Fallout 3 a shit ton, I had a friend introduce me to the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, because I actually never played an Elder Scrolls game until he lent me his copy of Oblivion, and that was interesting too because I didn't expect to like it at all, honestly, because I was in such like a Fallout 3 mode, and then I was like, oh, this is also cool because it's basically the same thing, just different themes. But anyway, what do you prefer? Heretic, Doom, fantasy, sci-fi, action? And yeah, I guess that's it for today. I will see you guys in the next video. Hope everyone has a nice day.